Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into the weeds, putting on our, let's say, narrative engineer hats.
Yeah, we're looking at professional wrestling storytelling, specifically the predictions for Saturday night's main event coming up on November 1st.
Exactly. We've got forecasts, we've got percentage chances, even ideas for how the stories might continue. It's not just who wins, but, the why.
Right. What's the logic? These aren't just guesses. We're looking at probabilities based on, long-term booking, protecting talent, setting up the next big match. It's about the strategy behind what the viewers are likely expecting.
Understanding the architecture, basically, why certain outcomes are strategically favored.
Precisely. Every predicted result here seems designed to maximize reaction, protect value, and critically, make sure the next show, the bigger show, has even higher stakes. It's laying the groundwork.
Okay, let's dive right in then. The main event, Undisputed Championship. Cody Rhodes defending against Drew McIntyre. This feud has gotten pretty intense.
Oh, yeah. Deeply personal. And this is a prime example of that protection strategy we mentioned. The numbers show Cody Rhodes as the, pretty strong favorite to retain. Predicted likelihood is sitting around 65%.
65. Okay, so likely, but not, a sure thing. My question is, Drew seems so incredibly focused, maybe more than ever. Shouldn't that kind of intensity get rewarded, especially on a TV special? Why lean towards a defense?
Well, it seems to be working on a couple of levels. First, big title changes, especially for the top belts. They're usually saved for the premium live events, right? Not typically given away on a TV special.
Maximize the big stage.
Exactly. And second, Cody, as the champ, he's seen as the anchor right now, carrying the show's momentum. But here's the key point. A loss for McIntyre here. It doesn't really hurt him.
Wait, really? Losing a main event title shot doesn't diminish him. How does that work?
Because the story's gone beyond just the title. It's personal, it's brutal. McIntyre wants revenge. He wants to prove Cody wrong about him. He can actually escalate the feud, get more vicious, even if he loses this match.
Okay.
So the loss keeps his motivation sky high. The bookers seem to be using this predicted defense to just pour fuel on the fire for a bigger blow-off later.
Gotcha. So the defense makes sense strategically, but the finish needs to be smart. The forecasts we saw suggest a particular way it could go down, maybe avoiding just a standard big move finish.
Exactly. I mean, the sort of standard prediction involves, the usual ref distraction. Maybe Cody needs 2 crossroads to put him away. But there's a more clever alternative suggested.
Okay.
The idea is Cody counters McIntyre trying to use the ropes for leverage, maybe during a pin attempt or something, and catches him with a quick small package roll-up for the win.
Huh. Okay, let me push back on that a little. A small package. Isn't that potentially a weak finish for your top champion? Does that risk making Cody look lucky rather than dominant just to protect Drew? It seems like a trade-off.
It is a trade-off, yeah, but a very calculated one, serving that long-term goal. McIntyre isn't beaten decisively by Kogan finisher. He's outsmarted, caught off guard. So it protects Drew's whole powerhouse vibe, but it also highlights Cody's ring IQ, his ability to adapt and survive. The win's clean, technically, but it's messy enough to make Drew furious and demand another shot.
Okay, so the message is, don't expect the end of the story here. Expect an escalation, a well-played escalation. Where does the prediction see this going immediately after?
Straight into higher stakes. The forecast is pretty clear. This feud can't just end like this. It leads, almost immediately to demands for a big stipulation rematch. Last man standing, maybe an I Quit match, something definitive.
Right. This win is just chapter, not the conclusion.
Exactly. It just forces the feud to get even more violent for the next big event.
Okay, so if Cody Drew is about careful preservation, the other world title match, the vacant World Heavyweight Championship, that feels different. CM Punk versus Jey Uso. No owner for this belt. What's the thinking when you've got a blank slate?
Yeah, that changes the dynamic completely. With a vacant title, the absolute first priority is prestige. You need strike power, as they say. It has to go on someone who instantly makes the belt feel important.
Needs credibility fast.
Right. So the prediction leans towards the established top-tier name, CM Punk becoming champion. Probability here is around 60%.
Punk definitely brings that instant gravity.
Yeah.
But Jey Uso, he's been building this incredible momentum organically. He's super hot right now. He's giving it straight to Punk, maybe risking Jay's momentum. The best long-term play?
It feels like a strategic necessity, maybe. Jey is incredibly popular, no doubt. But narrative-wise, he actually benefits from chasing established champions. Punk provides that immediate star power the physical belt needs right now. And the story suggests Jey stays popular even if he loses this one. Sets him up for the chase later.
Okay, let's talk about the finish then, because this one seems designed for maximum drama but still ends clean. How does the preferred sequence play out?
Yeah, it's built for tension. Prediction goes like this. Jey hits a super kick. Looks like he's going to follow up maybe with the spear.
Yeah.
But Punk somehow maybe uses the momentum, rolls through it straight into the Anaconda Vice.
Ooh, okay. Submission tease.
Big time. Jey fights it, almost taps, gets out, but then, bam, GTS, out of nowhere. Clean pin.
A clean pin is important, right?
Yeah.
Solidifies Punk's reign immediately. No questions asked.
Exactly. Establishes him right away. But the story can't stop there. What happens, like the second after the 3 count?
Right. Who steps up?
Punk needs a challenger immediately. A focused heel for his first program. Keep the title scene hot. The whispers are about established guys getting moved up, maybe like a Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed, someone dominant.
Okay. And what about Jey?
His story continues too. That loss wasn't, a squash. He comes out saying, I had you, demands a rematch, maybe with a stipulation where Punk can't just catch him with one move, forces that escalation too.
Interesting how both world title stories seem geared towards immediate continuation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, shifting gears. Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill. This feels tricky. Jade's being built as unstoppable.
This is probably the closest prediction of the night. Razor thin. Tiffany is tipped to retain, but just barely. We're talking like 55% probability.
55. That's basically a coin flip.
Yeah.
Which raises the question, why risk stopping Jade's momentum? She's got this incredible presence. Why have her lose on a TV special?
It has to be about the long game, right? The ultimate goal outweighs the immediate pop. Jade's the uninterruptible force, that big defining win for her. It needs to be protected, saved for a huge PLE payoff. So if Tiffany does retain here, it almost has to be dirty. A screw job, something messy that makes people angry.
Still, I gotta ask, is that messy finish really worth potentially disappointing fans who want to see Jade win now? Seems like a gamble on viewer patience.
It's managing expectations, maybe. If Tiffany cheats to win, you instantly create this massive need to see Jade get revenge on a bigger stage under rules where Tiffany can't cheat. The value of Jade finally winning clean goes way up if she has to overcome something unfair first.
Okay, makes sense. So let's get specific. The suggested dirty finish.
Yeah.
Is a bit of a classic, isn't it?
Yeah, textbook heel tactic. Focuses on the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
The idea is Jade's dominating, charges Tiffany in the corner, but Tiffany moves, and Jade hits exposed steel, maybe a turnbuckle pad that got conveniently loosened earlier.
Ah, the old loose turnbuckle.
Classic for a reason. That brief moment of disorientation allows Tiffany to grab a roll-up, maybe hook the tights, maybe use the ropes. Maximum leverage, maximum cheapness generates that frustration.
And Jade's reaction is key here, right? She can't look weak after this. How does she keep that dominant aura?
She can't be discouraged, no. The prediction is she shifts immediately to being like dominant and frustrated. That specific emotion fuels the story. It demands a rematch where cheating isn't possible, no DQ, last woman standing, something like that. Her eventual win has to feel earned, inevitable.
Got it. Okay, finally, the Intercontinental Championship, a triple threat. Dominic Mysterio defending against Penta and Rusev. This one's got the most even split in the predictions.
Yeah, Dom is predicted to retain, but it's right at 50%. Literally a toss-up. But the strategy seems to favor the champ because the triple threat structure itself, that's the key advantage for a heel like Dom.
Right. The structure allows for, well, maximum heat, as they say. For anyone maybe newer, explain what maximizing heat really does for a character like Dominic.
Heat is just that pure fan anger, that frustration. You need people to genuinely dislike a heel like Dominic, and the triple threat is perfect for him. It lets the, let's call him the smeary, oily champion, steal the pin without actually having to dominate the match. He doesn't have to be better, just sneakier. He capitalizes on someone else's work. That kind of theft generates maximum heat, which is exactly what his character thrives on.
Okay, so lay out the predicted finish.
Right.
How does Dom steal this one?
It's pure opportunism. The scenario goes, Penta hits his big finisher, the Fear Factor, on Rusev. Looks like it's over. But before Penta can make the cover, Dom slides in, maybe kicks Penta out of the ring or pulls him out, neutralizes the guy who did the work. Then Dom just jumps on the fallen Rusev. 1, 2, 3. Stolen glory.
Classic vulture pin. But if that generates the most heat, why only 50% likelihood for Dom? Where's the other 50% going? What's the risk?
Well, the other 50 is split between Penta and Rusev, but the main alternative scenario, maybe around 30% chance, is Rusev winning.
Okay. Ow.
Maybe Rusev gets the accolade locked onto Dom while Penta is down outside, taken out somehow.
Yeah.
That Rusev win is a possibility, creates a whole fresh dynamic in the mid-card. But it feels like the primary goal here is that heat for Dom.
Right. And if Dom does steal it like predicted and brags endlessly about it, what's the immediate fallout?
Oh, consequences have to be swift. Because he won in such a despicable way, the prediction is he gets forced into a title defense the very next week on TV, one-on-one against Penta.
Ah, payback.
Exactly. The story makes the heel face the music right away, keeps the anger hot, doesn't let it cool off.
Okay, that covers the big matches.
Yeah.
So looking back at all these predictions, the big theme seems to be escalation, not resolution.
Right.
Absolutely. It feels like the whole show is engineered to balance maybe one big moment, like Punk winning the vacant title, with carefully setting up future payoffs, escalating Cody versus Drew towards that huge stipulation match, making sure Jade's eventual win feels massive because of the weight and the frustration.
So it really raises a question for you watching at home. If these are the most likely outcomes based on narrative strategy, does knowing the why behind it all change how you watch the event?
Yeah, does it shift your perspective, knowing the likely moves on the chessboard and thinking about these projected outcomes? Which one feels like the biggest risk for the company, strategically? And which set up that last man standing match? Or the frustrated, dominant Jade feels like the most guaranteed drama moving forward? It's interesting to think how these steps build to those bigger collisions down the road.
Definitely food for thought.
So, if you enjoyed this breakdown, digging into the strategy behind the stories, please do consider liking this discussion and subscribe to the deep dive so you don't miss our next one.
Yeah, and let us know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with this strategic logic? Which prediction do you think maybe they'll actually swerve on?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. We'll definitely be watching to see how closely things stick to this predicted script. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.